Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Can you all recognize where is Appa today? Yes, Appa is at Hungry Bacon again. Now, many of you have seen Appa's last video on Hungry Bacon, where Appa gotten the chef to do some pasta for us and things like that. From that particular video, many people has actually feedback to Appa, requesting Appa to get our chef team to make something else for us. And since it is actually closer to Christmas right now, so I'm actually requesting chef team again to help us or show us how can we make some really juicy roast whole chicken dish for the Christmas. So let's go in and meet chef team.
Today, I'll be showing your viewers how to make a simple roast chicken at home, together with some gravy, some stuffing, mashed potatoes, glazed carrots, and broccoli gratin. It's absolutely simple and delicious. Here we have a whole chicken, the whole bird. Neck has been removed, the feet have been removed. Now, attached with the video is the recipe for brining. It's just water, sugar, and a bit of salt. Heat it up till the sugar and salt dissolves. Put some ice in it to cool it down, and then you submerge the chicken in this brine for 1 hour. After 1 hour, we take it out of the brine, discard the brine, don't use it again, wash the chicken, and then we pat it dry, and we've kept it in the chiller uncovered overnight so the skin goes dry, so you get crispy brown skin after you're roasting it. Now, to prep the chicken for roasting, the first thing you need to do is, there's a wishbone right here at the breast to the neck part in between. What you want to do is, with a little paring knife, you can feel with your hand where that wishbone is. Alright? Now once you've felt with your finger, you just cut an incision along the bone on both sides. Your knife should be able to feel the bone, then you just go in with your fingers and you want to pry that bone out. There we go.
Chef, why is it we need to remove this wishbone?
You see, yeah? When you're carving the chicken, this wishbone, there it is. That's your wishbone.
Can you show me?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the wishbone.
Yep.
All right, so the wishbone sits here at the chicken. So once it's roasted, you want to carve the breast, right? That wishbone gets in the way.
Okay.
So before roasting it, get rid of it. Okay? In fact, I'll put it on the roasting tray. We'll roast it together with the chicken.
All
now,
right.
how I prepare my chicken is, I will always leave the bishop's nose intact, and I'll always leave about 1 cm of the neck intact. Why? Because when I truss the chicken, I will need that bishop's nose and the neck there to secure the chicken. Now, for trusting, you need to get
trusting.
Yeah, Truss. Truss a chicken. Trussing,
okay,
sorry,
okay.
trussing a chicken.
All right, trussing.
So, trussing a chicken. So you get a bit of butcher string. You go about 1 meter length, right? You get about 1 meter length, and then you cut it. Cut it. Leave it on standby. Now, in the chicken cavity, you want to get as much flavor as possible. Just season it with a bit of salt and pepper. And I'm going to put some herbs. I got some thyme, sage, rosemary, and garlic. Just stuff it in the cavity of the chicken. This will help perfume the chicken when it's roasting from the inside out. Right. Once that is done, you get that butcher string. Oops. Try to get it halfway. All right. Now, you go
Chef,
around.
where can I buy this string?
Oh, you can buy it in those kitchen utensil shops or those disposable shops. You know, like those brands like SWC and all that. Yeah, they have all the kitchen utensils, all these gas, butane gas, and the refills and all that. They should be able to have it there.
Okay.
All right. Now, you go round the bishop's nose. It's a polite way of saying chicken butt. But,
Okay.
Okay. So you want to secure it tight. I'm going really slow so the viewers at home you can watch properly. Then you want to go down the backbone. And go down that backbone. All right. Now, once you're down the backbone, you pull that excess skin over the neck. All right. And then you tie at that backbone. Tie it securely. Boom.
Or it becomes a supporting point.
It becomes a supporting point, and you'll see why. You push it, pull it down the breast, through the corner, through the thighs, right? And you go through the legs. Make sure it's tight. Oops. Okay, you go through the legs. Make sure the twine is there. And you do it tight. Secure it tightly. All right. Now, what happens is that you've pulled the skin over the breast, so you got nice skin on the breast. It doesn't contract while roasting. You see this wing here? You want to tuck it in. Just tuck it in. Nothing fancy. And what you have now is a very secure chicken. See? It holds the space. This will provide even cooking. Right? Make sure that the breast doesn't overcook before the thighs cook. Right? The thighs take longer than the breast, so this will provide even cooking. And plus, after you roast it and rest it, it looks so pretty. All right, now for the roasting part, I've got some aromatics here. I've got some carrot, some celery, some onions, and some garlic. What do you want to do? If you want to make a bed for your chicken to rest on. Okay, this will become the sauce later on. As well, we're going to make the gravy out of this. So, before you put the chicken on, give it a good seasoning. Go your salt way up high so it sprinkles evenly over the surface of the chicken. Be generous with the salt. Some black pepper. All around that chicken. So I've got 2 chickens today. So laid on that bed of aromatic vegetables, this will help flavor the chicken, and while you're roasting, all that chicken juices and fat will go into the vegetables. After it roasts, we'll remove the chicken. We will saute up these vegetables and make a beautiful, delicious, natural gravy out of it. Now, we're gonna pop it in the oven at 230 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes to an hour. These are 2 kilo sized chickens. So they're quite big.
2 kg, 1 chicken.
About 2 kilos, 1.8 to 2 kilos per chicken. Now, depending on what type of oven you have, you'll have to maybe adjust your temperature. If you have an oven at home, it might be a convection oven, it might be a combi oven, or it just might be a radiant oven like this. It's a bread oven. So you got to play around with your temperature. So I know this oven at about 230 degrees Celsius is a good temperature for it. If you got a convex oven or a combi oven that has a fan in it, it'll be faster. Maybe you can set it about 210 or 200.
For how long?
It's about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
All right. The most important tool you have here, I know not much home cooks have it, but it'll be a great investment to have, is a thermometer, a digital thermometer. Now, at about 40 minutes, I'm going to set a timer here. So I'll set a timer at about 40 minutes, and then I'll check the temperature at the thickest part of the breast. Why I'm going to do this is that I don't want the chicken to overcook. Chicken cooking temperature is 75 degrees Celsius, but if I guarantee you, if I put this thermometer in the chicken and the temperature is 75 degrees Celsius, we take it out, it's going to be overcooked and dry. So the sweet spot you want to get that chicken at the thickest part of the breast is about 65 degrees Celsius.
65.
Yes, 10 degrees Celsius before it's cooked. Why? When you take out the chicken's quite big. You're taking the temperature at the thickest part inside the chicken, right? You take it out, rest it for half an hour. The residual heat in the chicken will cook it through, thus maintaining its moisture and juiciness.
For how long?
It's about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So about 40 minutes inside.
40 minutes depends on the temperature.
Yep.
Okay, and then 30 minutes.
So 40 to 45 minutes in the oven, and 30 minutes resting.
I would say around 45 to an hour in the oven, and then 30 minutes resting. Normally the general rule is how long you roast the chicken, half the time is resting.
Oh, half the time is
half
resting.
the time is resting.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So next, we're going to do the stuffing. Here I'm making a pork stuffing for you. Let me introduce the ingredients. We have minced pork. We have sandwich bread cubes that we've toasted off. We got diced white onion. We got some sage. We got some salt. We got some nutmeg powder. We have some black pepper crush. Then we have some milk and eggs. All right? So a lot of people at home will be asking me now, hey, aren't you supposed to put the stuffing inside the bird? Well, after a couple of years and all the new research and technology, we find out that once you put the stuffing inside the bird, by the time the stuffing is cooked, the bird will be overcooked. Let's say you're doing chicken or turkey. The stuffing contains meat, it contains eggs. So in order for the heat to get right through the stuffing, it takes a long time. When that happens, the bird is overcooked, whether it be your turkey or your chicken. So for food safety purposes and also for deliciousness, you always cook your stuffing separately. I'm going to show you how to mix this all together. Very simple. Just get a big mixing bowl, add all your ingredients in, and mix it together. Now, this is a basic stuffing. You can add whatever other ingredients you like. You can add extra herbs. You can add dried fruits. You can add some nuts. Make it all Christmassy if you want, but I'm just going for the basics. And I'm going to add milk and some eggs. Now this might seem weird, but if you're making meatballs or even chicken burgers or pork burgers, you want to add some liquid to it in order to keep your meat moist. You can also add some grated cheese, where it be cheddar, mozzarella, or parmesan or pecorino works very well. Now mix all this together evenly. As you can see, the mixture in my hand is very wet, but that's what you want. You want a nice, juicy stuffing. Now your stuffing is mixed up completely and evenly, divided into 2 portions. Roll out a bit of cling film. Just drop your stuffing in. Make a cylinder shape. And you want to roll it. Roll it into a log. Okay, there will be air pockets. What you want to do is get a little toothpick and not too many holes there, it might burst. All right, and then just squeeze out that air. Tuck the corners into the bottom. And then put it in some aluminum foil. Do the same thing, seam side up, give a twist. Looks like a nice Christmas present. And you want to poke about 3 to 4 holes on the top so the steam can escape while you're baking it. Now that you've got your stuffings all packed up in a log shape, put it in a roasting tray or baking tray, add a bit of water, and put it in your oven together with your roasting chicken. This will take also about 45 minutes to an hour. Like I've said before, use a thermometer to gauge the temperature. It should be about 65 in the middle, then you can take it out. That's it. Right. All right. So the next side to your roast chicken is we're going to make mashed potatoes. Easy mashed potatoes for your viewers at home. All right. What I've done is I've peeled the russet potatoes. I've cubed them and put it just in water. I've boiled it and then I've reduced it to a simmer. Now you want these potatoes to be tender. Just take a knife, poke it through. It should be breaking up all crumbly. That's what you want your potatoes to be. In a separate pan, I'm boiling down some cream, butter, and salt. Apa. The best potatoes for making mash or French fries will be the US russet potatoes, or it goes by another name as the Idaho long potatoes.
Long potatoes.
Long potatoes. It has a higher starch content and low water content, and it's really fluffy when you make mash. Or if you're making fries, yeah, this is the standard all the fast food chains use. Now once the potatoes are soft, you want to strain them. Let it steam dry for about a minute. And at the same time, I'm going to bring my cream and butter and salt mixture to a boil. What you want is, you want hot potatoes, hot cream and butter, combine it together and then whip it. This way you don't get any lumps in your mashed potatoes. As you can see, potatoes are soft, hot and steamy. Boil your cream, butter and salt. While it's still hot, pour it over your potatoes. You can mix it with your spatula a bit. Now, here's the fun part. No need to get a potato ricer or anything. Just use an old-fashioned handheld cake mixer and give it a whip.
It doesn't splatter.
It does, but just be careful. That's why you need a deep mixing bowl.
Oh, okay.
So if it splatters, just goes onto the sides.
Okay.
It's the easiest mashed potatoes you can do.
Use a blender.
Yeah, not blender. Handheld cake
Mixer.
All right.
Okay.
Then, from time to time, go scrape off the sides. The idea is to whip this with the handheld cake mixer while the potatoes are hot and the cream and the butter is hot. This way you get nice fluffy mashed potatoes. And if you do a good job, you won't get any lumps inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned to me earlier, a lot of people just buy the ready-mix powder.
Yeah, you could buy the ready-made powder, but I don't think it's healthy, right? Like, if you turn the packet around, you read the label, there'll be like numbers and chemical names on it. So yeah,
okay.
This is just like how many ingredients? Potatoes, cream, butter, salt, bit of truffle oil at the end. 5 ingredients.
Okay.
Okay, as you can see.
We haven't added the truffle oil yet.
Oh, the truffle oil, so look at that.
Very fluffy.
Very fluffy. All right, I'm gonna whip it one more time. Now you can make this mashed potatoes in advance at home, and you can store it in the chiller, you can store it in the freezer. Let's say you're gonna have a party next weekend, but you don't have much time because of work constraints and the kids and family commitments. You can make this mash in advance, and you can put it in the freezer. 1 or 2 days before, put it in your chiller to defrost and heat it up. Heat it up in the microwave, and then go on the pot.
And the texture will remain
the same as long as you microwave, and then just use a whisk and heat it up on low heat on the pot. Yeah.
Right.
Really good. And there it is. Creamy, fluffy mashed potatoes. Look at that. Now, at the last bit, you fold in some truffle oil.
So if we don't have truffle oil, what
It's
do we
all right. It's
what
all,
do
if
we
you,
add?
there's no replacement for truffle oil. Yeah, I wish there was, but the truffle oil will elevate the mashed potato to another level.
Okay.
You want to try? You taste the potatoes. Let me get a spoon for you.
Okay.
Apa. Yeah. Okay. You taste the mash. I shall taste too. How does the mash taste?
Really tastes very good.
Yummy, right? Creamy,
Yep.
addictive, right? All
Really
right,
good.
now. Okay, put the dirty spoons here. Now, what I'm going to do is, I will mix in the truffle oil and then we have another taste. Just a little bit goes a long way. Okay. Okay, immediately that truffle oil hits that hot mash. Do you get that smell?
Oh, I can smell it.
Yes. And, yeah, have a taste. And
My goodness.
so the truffle oil brings a really good mashed potatoes to another level.
My goodness. I've
Yeah.
never eaten such aromatic.
That's the secret ingredient there, truffle oil. We use it all the
Wow.
time at Hungry Bacon.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
For the next side to accompany your roast chicken, we're gonna make glazed carrots. Here I got some beautiful baby carrots. I've got some salt and a bit of sugar. What you wanna do is put it in a pan, add your salt and sugar in, and put just enough water to coat the bottom, about 1/3 up height on the carrots, and then just bring it up to heat. So these baby carrots are super simple. You just buy it from your supermarket. They're peeled already, they're washed, go straight into a pan, and it takes no time at all to cook. From start to finish takes about 7 to 8 minutes. Right, so the water, sugar, and salt has reduced down. As you can see, it's made sort of a glaze, slightly caramelly, and the carrots are tender. Let me just cut one up for you. So at this stage, we turn off the heat, and you want to add in some butter. All the carrots are still warm, and stir it about. I think in my previous video, I called this moutel. That's a French term. It means to heat up the butter but not split it, maintain the creaminess. So just use the residual heat of the pan to melt the butter through. And we're gonna add some mint. Mint just elevates this dish. Gives it a freshness. Okay, and that's it, glazed carrots. And now I'm gonna make the broccoli gratin. What you need is some broccoli, some cream, some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, some garlic, and olive oil. Absolutely simple. I've got my pan heated up here. Gonna add some olive oil. I'm gonna add some garlic. And just saute it. Control, do not burn the garlic. Just heat it up till it's fragrant. You're gonna add in the broccoli.
So this broccoli is already blanched.
Yes, this broccoli has already been blanched in some salted water. Boiling salted water, and after about 2-3 minutes when it's tender, we take it out, we dunk it in ice water to stop the cooking. Now we're gonna add in some cream.
Wow.
Very rich dish. We're gonna add in some Parmesan cheese. And just some salt. A lot of black pepper because cream loves black pepper. And a bit of MSG-free chicken powder just to kick up the taste. All right. Just heat it through. If your kids don't like to eat broccoli, right? Yeah, they're gonna like to eat this broccoli because it's nice, creamy, and cheesy. We're gonna top it up with some cheese and then bake it in the oven.
Oh, you still want to bake it later?
Yes. So just heat it through. Once the cream is boiled, thickened also slightly, you want to transfer it to an oven-proof dish. I don't have an oven-proof dish here, so I'm just going to put it in a metal bowl. All right. I'm going to top it with a lot of mozzarella cheese, like a lot. Like your kids will thank you kind of mozzarella cheese. And top it off with some Parmesan. And I'm gonna put it in a really hot oven, as we got the chicken at 230 degrees Celsius. Use the same oven, put it in there until it's bubbly, melted, and brown on top. Should take about 8 to 10 minutes. It's been about 8 minutes. Let's check on that broccoli gratin. Ah ha ha, look at that. It's nice. Cheese is melted. Got a nice char. So like I said before, if you have a casserole dish or an oven-proof dish, bake it straight in there, serve it directly. I don't, so I'm just gonna transfer it. Look at that cheese, whoa. Just gonna transfer it to a bowl. And we can eat it from there later.
Oh, look at all the cheese.
Yes. I guess we're gonna eat this later, right?
Yeah,
That's the best part, yeah.
We won't waste anything.
All right.
Is it done?
Yeah, it's done. The messier the better. Right, and now I think our stuffing is ready. Let me check. Yep.
67.
67, 68.
Okay.
It's reaching up to about 70.
Okay.
So it's all right. Cook temperature for pork will be about 75. But
Okay.
as I say, just like your chicken, don't overcook it. All right. You cook it. I'm pretty happy with 65. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it rest for about half an hour,
Okay.
or half the baking time.
Okay.
And the residual heat will cook it through, and it'll be nice and juicy when we cut it up and eat it with our roast chicken later. What do you want to do? Just take it out and let it rest. We'll come back for the chicken in a while. Yeah. So it's been about an hour already. Let's check on our chicken. My, look at that. Wait till you all see this.
Wow.
Beautiful golden brown roast chicken. Now, as I said earlier, use a thermometer, go to the thickest part of the breast. Yeah, it's about 67, a bit over, but it's all right. So you want to take out the chicken at about 65 degrees Celsius. Just a little bit over, but it's all right. The chicken is cooked at 75 degrees Celsius. So you want to take it out about 65. Like I said, rest it. Resting means the residual heat will cook the chicken through. That's not to overcook it. Now, how you rest the chicken is, once the chicken is done, you want to take it, transfer the pan, All right, transfer it to another pan. And you want to tent it. Tent it meaning don't cover it fully, just lightly tent it like that. Get some airflow in between. Now let it rest. We've cooked this chicken for an hour in the oven. Let it rest for at least half an hour before you cut into it. If you cut into the chicken now, it's too hot. It's not cooked fully and the juices will all come out. Resting allows the juices to go back into all those muscle fibers, and resting also cooks it completely. So when you cut your chicken, the muscle fibers are full with its natural juices and it'll be cooked perfectly. All right, so I'll put this aside. So while your chicken is resting, remember all the aromatic vegetables, the carrot, onion, celery and garlic that the chicken has been roasting on. So it's been roasting and basting in the chicken juices and fats. That's all flavor. Do not waste that. What we're going to do is we're going to fry this up and make a gravy out of it. So while the chicken's resting, 30 minutes, enough time to finish off a very flavorful gravy. So what you want to do is put all that veggies, that roasted veggies and all the juices into a pot. Okay, now I'm gonna put this on the heat, but I've got a little trick I'd like to show you all. Appa, in the last cooking video I did with you, we did the bacon oglio and all that brown bits at the bottom. We call it the fond. This is the fond as well.
Actually, how do you spell the fond?
F-O-N-D. Fond.
F-O-N-D.
Fond.
Fond.
Fond. All right.
Oh.
So what do you want to do? We're going to heat it up over low heat a bit. This is a chef trick here. So you know that brown bits. You're saying it was bitter. I call it flavor. Right?
Okay.
So what we want to do is we want to deglaze it as much as possible. Deglazing it is meaning to get it out of that bottom of the pan. So you heat it up ever so slightly. Put some stock or water, whatever you have available. So basically you're cleaning the pan.
So don't waste any flavor.
Yes, don't waste any flavor. Now this is not my style, yeah, Appa. This is, chefs have been practicing it for I think 2 centuries now.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
See, now we'll boil it up. I'm gonna add some tomato paste to this, just to give it some body. Now at this point of time, you can add whatever you want. You can add water. You can add some chicken stock. I have some chicken stock right here. Or if you're like me, first thing in the afternoon, you need a beer. You can slug some beer inside. Right, you can use red wine, goes very well. You can put in some whiskey. Anything that adds flavor. Stout would work really well. Now you want to bring this to a boil. You can season this now. Season as you go, a bit of salt, bit of pepper, bit of no MSG chicken powder, and let it boil. Also at this point, if you want, you can add some rosemary, some thyme, any herbs you want. The aromatics, the beer, the chicken stock, the water, have been boiling down and it's been reduced by about 1/3. So this is at the stage where you want to turn off the heat for a while and you want to scoop up as much of those veggies out. Don't worry if you don't get all the veggies out. We're gonna strain it, fine strain it anyway. Again. Right now, as you can see, the sauce, all that caramelization, the fond, all that chicken juices and the chicken fat has all made itself into a sauce. What we want to do now is turn up the heat. I have some roux here. Roux is just basically butter melted with flour, equal amounts of butter and flour. Now we're going to add about a tablespoon of roux. This is a thickening agent. It helps makes the sauce thick and shiny. Add a bit more. Whisk all the roux in, make sure there's no more lumps. As you can see, the sauce is nice and thick and creamy now. To add more body to it, I'm gonna add a touch of cream. Makes it all delicious. Let's add all the cream, yeah. And it's almost done. Once it's boiled, we strain it, and that's your gravy. Let's just double check on the seasoning. See if everything's on point. Look how it coats the spoon. Oh, it's nice and thick and glossy. Yeah, that's delicious. I'm very happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strain it over here. And that's our gravy done. Look at that, beautiful luscious gravy. Let's go up and carve up that chicken.